to another episode of Box Power Sound. It's your host, Brittany Lachee. Super excited to have one of the hottest names in the city joining us this evening, Miss Tia Banks. Lil Tia Banks, how are you doing today?
I'm doing real good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're an artist in the city. What's going on with you today?
So, other than doing this interview with you, I'm just getting ready for the new year at this point.
You have to plan ahead.
Rolling Loud ended, so now it's time to get ready for the new year, new music, all of that.
Super exciting, super exciting. We're gonna get into all of that shortly. Lots of projects on the way, I can imagine. So let us know. I wanna know about some of your inspirations. I love your sound. I might be biased, but I just love Nicki. I love Lil Kim. I love Foxy. I love anything that makes me think of New York in the 90s. And that's the energy I get from you. So please let us know about who inspires your sound.
Well, New York.
I love it.
It was great that you said all the New York rappers because I grew up listening to 50 Cent, Lil Kim, Foxy, Nicki Minaj. I grew up listening to a lot of Jay-Z, all the New York rappers. They inspired me. Nicki Minaj is the reason I started writing music. So, yeah.
That's incredible. I remember, I think I was like in grade 8. I don't know. I was like in elementary school. I was young. And hearing Nicki, like the game was changed. The game was definitely changed. So from then, like not to age ourselves, but a couple of years ago to today, how have you seen the industry change when it comes to women in the industry? What has your experience been?
Well, we're talking about my experience because what I've seen change with the industry is that there's now more female rappers. I feel like when Nicki came out, it was just Nicki. And then we had Iggy Azalea come, and then we had Remy Ma come back.
Yes,
but
that was fun.
It's mostly been Nicki Minaj, and now I see so many young girls like my age and around my age that are doing their thing, coming up, rising to success. It's like inspirational, motivational.
It is. It really is, especially as young women of color. Let's not graze over the fact like you're a young lady. You're 23, 24. How old are you? Yeah, you've made quite a name for yourself pretty early on. So shout out to you for that. Shout out to you for that. You mentioned you're inspired by a lot of artists from New York. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. That's where I was born.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then I came down here when I was 4 years old and been in Scarborough, not all my life, because I did take some time to live in the West End, but I moved back to Scarborough, so I was mostly in Scarborough.
Okay, it's an East Side thing. It's an East Side thing. So I can imagine that has heavily influenced your sound and your artistry, being from firstly Kingston, Jamaica, such an incredible, beautiful island, and then being in Toronto, where we have so many other cultures to pull from and be around. So when it comes to making music with fellow Torontonians, is there a particular sound you like to work with? Do you work with reggae artists or Afro beats?
Actually, I've dabbled and dabbled by myself with Afro beats and reggae beats as well. But I'm like I said, I'm just so with whatever's like pop into in the New York sound. New York drill's running it, so
drill is huge.
Me and sometimes other Toronto rappers will get on like a drill song and just like mess around with it.
Yes. Drill is so big right now. You can't help but move. Another big inspiration I know you've mentioned is Beyonce. So outside of some of the rappers, and I need to touch on this for a moment because Beyonce is my number one. Renaissance has been really big, and it's very different. It's very, very different. So I was thinking, is there some type of sound maybe 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do a country music album. Is there something crazy that we could expect from you like 10 years down the line?
Listen, I like a little jazz.
Ooh.
So if I can make modern day beats and jazz, like a jazz beat into one, oh my God. Like a jazz sample on like a new beat, I'm on it.
That would be really fun. I'm gonna hold you to it. 20 years, I'm gonna be like, girl, where is the jazz album?
It will make, you know what? A lot of young people aren't really into jazz, so 20 years from now, it will make sense for me. it will make sense.
As you mentioned, we just wrapped up Rolling Loud. What was that like for you?
It was insane. It was a surreal moment, you know, from when I first posted the flyer coming up to the actual day, it was just like I knew what to expect, but at the same time I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like it was just, like you said earlier, a lot of anticipation, a lot of thinking, whoa, what's the crowd gonna be like? What's the stage gonna look like? It was just so many things running through my mind, and then when I got on that stage, it was just like, it didn't even feel like it was Rolling Loud anymore. It just felt like me being on another stage.
And that's how you know you're meant to do this. You gave it an incredible performance.
Thank you.
At Manifesto as well. You've been taking over a lot of stages. Where can the people see? Are you going to be on any other stages in the near future?
Well, I heard that Rolling Loud is coming back to Toronto, so hopefully they call me back for 2023. You know, Manifesto 2, call me back for 2023.
You gave quite a show, so I'm sure they will. I loved the look. Where do you get some of your style inspiration from?
So many things, like, and it also has to do with like what's trending, but like I try to take what's trending and turning it into my own, like put a little Tia in it. So,
no, it's very fun. It was giving me dance hall queen. It was giving me dance hall queen with the blue hair. It was giving me dance hall queen. I loved it. I loved that aquamarine blue. You could pull off almost any color. We've seen the pink, the purple, the red, the blue.
That's the Jamaican coming out, you know, that's the Jamaican.
So when it comes to making music, and it doesn't have to be strictly in Toronto, but who are some women that you would want to work with in the future? Who do you have on your vision board?
I have Beyonce, I have Nicki Minaj, I have Ariana Grande. Ooh. Rihanna needs to come back and make some music so we could collab too.
Please.
I don't know where Riri went to, but she need to come back.
No, that would be so fun. I can definitely see you're inspired by a lot of women in R&B as well. It's not just the heavy hitters in rap. You know who I would love to hear you on a track with? Flo Milli.
Flo Milli shit.
The sound, the energy, I feel like that would be so perfect for you. So fun. Your energy is very, very fun and bouncy. Even though you're taking a more hard approach, a more New York approach to music, your energy is still very bubbly and fun.
No, yeah, Flo Milli's actually one of my favorite female rappers right now to listen to, so I can see why you say that.
She's a good time. She's a good time. And when it comes to making music and pursuing your artistry, how do you maintain such a light, bubbly personality through the stresses and everything?
It took a lot of learning, growing, and healing to really just zone in on me, stay positive. If I have to give my own self affirmations, I will do that just to keep me in the right mental space and the right element. So yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you have a good support system. You have your manager here with you. You have girls that keep you going. Is your family supportive? How would you describe your support system?
Oh, my family is very supportive. My mom has been to 2 of my shows too.
Beautiful.
Mama Banks. That's what they all call her, Mama Banks.
Shout out to Mama Banks. Hi, Mama Banks.
She gonna love this one. My friends, they've been to every single performance that I've done too. Ever since I started rapping, everybody I feel like in my life has had my back and always supported. New song comes out, they repost, they send it to people. So I feel like I've always had the support when it came to my music.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's not a lot of people can say that. It's hard, especially when we're in the Screwface capital and all that good stuff. Wasn't it a friend who told you to actually start pursuing music?
Yep.
That's beautiful, like to have somebody see that talent in you.
It was so crazy that she even like just saw it in me, because it's not like I was rapping my own music. I was just everyday rapping Nicki Minaj lyrics. And she just said, Tia, you should just be a rapper. I don't know if it's because like I would just memorize the Nicki lyrics and just rap them bar for bar, word for word.
It was the delivery. You know it was the delivery. You know you had the delivery.
And we were in just little middle school, maybe like grade 7. And she's just like, you should be a rapper.
And look at you now. Rapper, making jazz albums. You're just well on your way.
Shout out to her, because I don't know if I would have been a rapper if she didn't mention it.
Well, cheers to that. Cheers to that. Thank you to your grade 7 friend. As a Nicki fan, how did you navigate the Nicki hate train? I know for me as a fan it was tough, but how did you get through that?
Honestly, I sometimes just ignore what like celebrities have to say. At the end of the day, celebrities are still humans and they have their freedom of speech. I believe as an artist, that is your freedom of speech anyways. So you can't really limit how an artist already expresses how they feel in their music or what they say in their music. So if Nicki or Cardi B wants to go on Twitter or Instagram, make some posts, vent, rant, express themselves, that is not our business.
That's true.
I mean, I know everything, once it becomes public, it becomes everybody that sees his business, but at the same time, it's just like, you have the option to just keep scrolling, disagree, but internally, you don't have to let the person know that you disagree.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know
when you
what?
put it that way, it's like, damn. What can you say?
But I'm definitely gonna take the Beyonce route. She says nothing, and I'm gonna say nada.
That's usually my fave response. And I know in this day and age, social media is a huge part of having basically any type of career. So what has your experience been like on social media? Have you had crazy stans coming at you? Do you have a big following like the Barbs? How are you feeling with social media these days?
I have like a lot of supporters, but I don't think I have stans just yet. I think maybe there's like 2 like really very like big fans, but I could say overall right now
way more than 2. Way more than 2. I can't go on social media without seeing little Tia Banks. Tia Banks. I can't.
I'm saying like people are very supportive.
Yes.
I noticed, but I don't even like the word fan. I feel like fan is for the haters. Like you're a fan, whatever. But for the people that actually like love and support me and you know are very invested in my career, I'm just gonna call them supporters. They're not my fans. They're my supporters.
I love that.
So yeah, I don't mess around with the fan word, but I've came across like some really like, oh Tia, you're like, they will leave me voice notes, they will send me pictures of send me videos of them listening to my music, and I'm just like, sometimes I'm like,
is that me?
do you really like, there's somebody out there that really loves me this much, loves my music this much? Like, I don't know why it's so hard to sink into the fact that, you know, I have this many supporters.
It's surreal. It's surreal. And as we were talking about before, the industry moves so fast. Life moves so fast. So one day you just wake up and you're like, wait, what is this? Is this my life? And as I said, you've done so much in such a short period of time. You're such a young artist. So what are some of the things that you're hoping to accomplish in the future?
I definitely want to win a Grammy, a Juno, a BET award.
Shout out to the Juno Awards, though. We need to also represent at home and then go take over the world.
Yeah. I definitely want to win a lot of awards. I don't even want to say couple. I feel like that's limiting myself. I want to win a lot of awards. You don't want to be a legend.
Yes.
You don't just do this for no reason. You want to know that you were impactful in some way. You want to know that you inspired a couple of hundreds of people throughout your career. So.
Oh, you mentioned you are working towards legendary status. What does that look like to you? What makes a legend?
A legend is somebody that is able to leave their mark on the world and be very impactful, that even when they pass away, people still remember them, people can still talk about them, and continue letting the world know why they're the greatest, why they're the best. So
yeah, it's true, because we see, like, I look at social media, I see like 5-year-olds dancing to Michael Jackson still.
Yeah.
In 2022, and I'm like, that's crazy. Look at how long ago he left this world, and he is still one of the most important artists to this very day. So
even Tupac,
yes,
Biggie,
yes,
and Lisa
Whitney.
Left Eye, Aaliyah. People still talk about Aaliyah.
May they all rest in peace. They definitely have left their mark on us as a community. Now it's time to have a little fun.
A little fun.
A little fun.
Not too much.
So every time I'm on social media, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, it's always this conversation about who's more toxic, men or women. And it's obviously the men, right?
I don't know, because as a woman, I'm very toxic.
Fair enough. But are you toxic if you recognize that you're toxic? Yeah, I think those are the worst ones. I think those are the worst ones.
Accountability.
And they say we don't have that. They say women don't have accountability. So there's always this back and forth with these memes. So I want to know if you agree with this one. Until a man makes it clear that you're his girlfriend, text everybody back and go on all those dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when I'm single, of course.
I don't think that's toxic.
No one should even think that's toxic. That's called being single and dating.
Thank
If
you.
you don't want me texting so many men and going out on my dates, cuff it.
As Beyonce said,
Cuff
if you
me.
like it, then you should put a ring
You don't
on
gotta put
it.
a ring on it just yet, but take me out the game.
Cuff it.
Take me off the streets.
If you don't want her to be for the streets, take her out the streets. It's really that simple. All right, I have another toxic meme for you. I hate when I call my man and I hear fun in the background. No? Can you relate?
Woo! Y'all gonna make me lose everybody today. I mean, you know what? When I do want to be purposely toxic, other than the usual toxic that I am, I will be mad at a man for having fun. Cause why are you having fun without me for?
Why are you having fun? Why are you enjoying
Why
yourself?
You're not at home like I am.
Okay, maybe that is a little toxic. So be it.
So be.
So be it. You claim to be toxic. I need to know, how toxic are you?
It depends though. What we talking about now?
Okay, so there's obviously levels. You and you have a little boo thing, and you guys get into a situation. Are you the type of person to be toxic with like in your full blown relationship, or do you just like having a little toxic fun?
I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I want to be so peaceful and so healing and, nice and sweet to my man. But when I'm single, it's a whole other tia. You're not getting a simp. You're not getting lovey-dovey me. I don't even want to be touched, actually. Only when I don't want to be touched, I'll be like, yeah, you can hug me. But if I don't want to be touched, please do not touch me.
Please do not touch me. What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, yes.
Look at that.
Match made in heaven. That's why I'm like, everything you're saying is just resonating. I
feel like I am the way I am, not because of my Cancer, but because I'm like a Gemini Venus.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a Libra rising too, so I got a whole chart full of air and it drowns out my Cancer.
Interesting. Gotta look into that. I don't know what that means, but I want to look into it.
Oh, I'll do your birth chart.
I've done mine, but I don't know. I only know mine.
Oh.
I don't know any other sign.
So
if it's not on my chart, I don't know what it means.
What's your Venus?
Oh no, I have to check.
Oh, you don't know?
No, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yes, I'm very into astrology, y'all.
It's real. It's real. We were talking about it in the last podcast. As a young creative, have you found it hard to date while pursuing your career?
Actually, not really. Mostly because I decided my own self that I just want to focus on my career and, leave a relationship for later. I feel like right now, I don't think I have what it takes to commit to a man. Like, relationships take a lot of your time, your energy, you need to, it's an investment. You need to be able to give your partner attention, attend to their needs and their wants as well. So it's just like, if I know that I want to give my energy and time 100% to my career, I'm only leaving my partner so much, or so little.
And that's wise.
And I often tell men, any men that comes my way, I always tell them, like, right now, a relationship is not what's on my mind right now. I just don't want to waste your time. And I know it's not fair that I won't be able to give you what you want because I won't be able to be the best partner for you.
And that's really fair. But do you find that you get some pushback? Like, guys want to see if they could be the one to change your mind?
Yes, it's actually so funny. And a lot of them have failed. I see, like, I will even just try to fall back when I see them trying to get too close to me. I'm just like, oh, you're falling for me now, I gotta ghost you. That is literally how I am.
Yeah, no, it's definitely relatable, especially I hear from a lot of my friends, young Black women who are pursuing their careers. A lot of us are just, we don't have time for distractions.
We don't.
We don't have time. You're really, really go-getting. You're very driven. You're very ambitious, and it's just pedal to the metal right now.
Yeah.
And nobody could fault you for that. You're open. You're upfront.
Yeah.
You're honest. It's not toxic, if you ask me.
I mean, I will go on the dates, and I will, like, you know, one, two text messages, flirt, but to be 100% committed, no title, no. But I will say, if I do ever find the right guy, and I tell him the same thing that I've been telling men, if he's okay with being on the side and we're exclusive, but there's no commitment, then it can go.
Fair.
I still have not met the right guy, so.
Interesting. Time will tell. Who's up for the agreement? Literally, it's not about any man wanting you.
Yeah.
But it's, as you said, it's you have your own terms.
Yeah.
And when somebody's willing to meet those terms, then maybe you'll consider it. That sounds like a wise piece of advice, especially for some of our younger girls out there who are tuned in and in the industry as well. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with just focusing on what you're working on.
I feel like people make it such a big deal because a lot of people want to say, oh, especially when you're in your 20s, oh, but like, you're gonna keep working hard until like you miss your husband, or what about kids? What about a family? And it's just like, today I literally had to go on my Snapchat and just, you know, rant a little bit because I'm like, why do people feel like people that want to focus on their career, do you think it crosses our minds that we want children and we want marriage and all that? Clearly, we probably thought about that, but said, no, I think I want to focus on my career.
Yeah.
And then after.
Fair enough. Nobody knows better than you, right?
Yeah, there's no time limit either. Everyone else can be in a rush, but hey, I've seen people have kids in their 30s.
Yeah.
Shout out Rihanna and Nicki. Even Beyonce.
Yeah.
They've had kids in their 30s. They focused on their career the whole way. Yes, Beyonce was married for like years.
Yeah.
But they didn't rush the family life. They didn't rush the marriage. So.
Exactly, and to each their own.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
On that note, we're gonna take a quick break and have a word from Steven Conville with KR Limited. It's your girl, Brittany Lachee, and we are back with the one and only Steven Conville from KR Limited.
Thank you so much. That is a wonderful introduction, and it is an honor for me to be here today. I'm Steven, as you said, Conville. And didn't you say the wonderful?
Yeah, the one and only.
The one and only?
The one and only,
The one and only wonderful.
The one and only wonderful. That's what I meant.
The one and only wonderful is here. And I'm CEO of Chronic Relief. We are a cannabis producer and cultivator. And we are going to be producing for Canadians who are of age in the not too distant future. But the real reason why I'm here is to interview this lovely lady, Miss Banks.
Yep.
Miss Big Body Banks. All right, this is great. And I'm gonna get right at it because I've heard word of mouth, you are a Cancer, is that correct?
Yeah.
You are perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
July Cancer too.
Yes, July Cancer is the greatest month on earth, the greatest sign on earth. It's just great, Cancer gang. And I just want to, you're from Jamaica?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Kingston, Jamaica, you already know.
Should we do the national anthem or should we just hold it? Are we gonna hold it? Are we gonna hold it?
Listen, I came here when I was 4 years old.
It don't matter. Out of many, one people, and wherever you are a Jamaican. And yes, 2 for 2. You were 2 for 2. I feel like we could just stop right now, but I will choose to go further because the world needs to hear more about you. In your earlier segment, you had mentioned that you were interested in doing a hip-hop album with jazz-inspired, jazz themes. And you also mentioned that you were a fan of New York hip-hop.
Yeah.
I encourage you, RIP to Guru, but I encourage you to listen to the Guru because his music was outstanding. Are you going to promise me that you will look into Guru?
Yeah.
Okay, give me like this. Because Guru is the shit. Now, I want to kind of jump forward a bit and speak to you about your intonation. I happened to listen to you perform, and I really feel that you've got it. There's a 90s hip hop golden era of female hip hop, and potentially the golden era of hip hop in general, style to you that actually caught my attention. Like I stopped, I was like,
Yeah.
ooh. Because normally it's like, okay, lap dance, fellatio, lap dance, fellatio, money, like, and it's just so tired and so, and I'm not saying that, you know, sex appeal is bad or whatever, but you really caught my attention. And with so much pressure to only talk about sex, was it a moral stance, or is it just like, what is it that allowed your actual talent to be the focus of your art?
Well, I mean, I've been writing. The first thing I did was write. Before I started rapping, I was writing. And what I used to write was my feelings. I'd put my feelings into rhymes, bars, metaphors. So I know how to give the girls what they want, make it relatable, those types of stuff. But I also want to be able to be motivational in my music, be intentional with my music. You know, I want everybody to relate to my music.
Well, I relate to your music, and I can tell you that, especially your song "Thankful."
Yeah.
I am thankful that you wrote it because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It really, 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 really caught my attention. So congratulations!
Thank you.
This is big, and I'm definitely looking forward to a bright future with you. So I'm a cannabis professional, and I am not in any way, promoting cannabis as something that someone who's an adult must do. But I do always ask, just for trivia. My question is as a cannabis professional, I want to know, do you have any experiences with cannabis as an adult? I don't want to hear about any minor stories or anything like that. But as an adult, do you have any experiences with cannabis, and how did that go?
Okay, so I have in and out horror stories with cannabis, but I can say there was one point in my life that I think I just hit like a rock bottom. I can say I hit rock bottom, and I had some coworkers that always would, we call it ball up. I don't know what you guys call it, but I'm not aging you. But I had some coworkers that would, like
Bun-a-ting?
Bun a little spliff,
Yes,
get a little session, in between breaks. And I just went through like a very depressed time that I felt like, bro, how do I get out of this depressed state? And I was so afraid of weed, but it was just like, maybe I need to get high. Maybe I need to feel something. I'm already numb. I feel like I'm at my lowest point in life. So it's just like, I hit up one of my female coworkers, and I was just like, I want to get high with you. I said, you sure? I was like, yes. I don't know. I just need something. She's like, okay, girl, but like the weed I take is really strong. I'm like, it doesn't even matter. So we smoked together, and that was the only time in my point where I intentionally really wanted to smoke. Other than that, you said in my adulthood. So that was the only time in my adulthood.
Okay.
Before, when I first started first tried to smoke, it was with my ex-boyfriend. Can I tell that story?
Yeah,
like I
please
feel
do.
like,
'Cause
listen.
that's usually how we all get started. Please
Listen.
tell that story.
So it was what the year was. I believe the year was 2017. This was the year, summer 2017. I felt like a top boss. I was in good mood. Me and my man had been together for years. I mean, not years, a year. But me and my man been together for a long time. So I was just like, you know what? We were gonna go watch a boxing match. We were gonna drink, celebrate our anniversary. So I'm like, you know what, babe? And he's a smoker. I'm like, you know what, babe? Get some weed. Let's turn up. Let's get drunk. Let's get high. Let's have lots of sex. And he was like, you sure? I'm telling you, I'm so innocent. Everybody always says, you sure? So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we went to the boxing match, whatever. Then we went back we were drinking a lot at that boxing match already. So I had the liquor in my system. I'm not a lightweight, but the liquor was doing what it needed to do in my body. When we got back to his house, he started rolling up, and then he's like, okay, let's go outside and smoke. So we started smoking in front of the house. Then we decided to walk to his little pathway. And listen, I don't even smoke. So I'm like, yo, this shit hitting. So I'm here taking puffs after puffs after puffs. We get to this little alleyway now, little pathway. And we're doing that thing that couples do when they smoke, they blow into each other's mouth. We're doing all of that. We're making out and smoking. Then the weed was finished. He's like, oh, you wanna finish the rest? I was like, yeah. Hitting it. That's a lot of weed, okay? Me, who doesn't smoke, was taken. So as we're walking back to the house, I'm just like, wait, why everything look far away? I was like, no, and I started seeing colors. I started seeing colors, yo. Everything looks so far away. And then I'm looking at my boyfriend. I'm like, he just got a big smile on his face. He's just laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing so much? And then I felt my cheeks lifting up, and I'm trying to put my cheeks down, but my cheeks want to go up. I'm like, hold on now. I'm like, then I start feeling my insides. I'm not feeling my outsides no more. I'm feeling my inside. I'm feeling everything beat. I'm feeling everything function. I'm like, babe, I think I'm high. Is this what high feels like? Because I didn't know what being high felt like. I'm like, babe, I think I'm high. He's just like, oh, you're good. This is how it goes. And I'm like, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. We get back to the house. We're standing in front of the door. And I'm like, nah, babe, I think you need to call 911. I said, nah, you need to call 911. This don't feel right. I said, this don't feel right.
Call that. You went from having the time of your life to call 911.
Call 911. He's like, I can't call. Weed was not legal yet. He's like, I can't call 911. I'm like, no, but you need to, because what's about to happen to me? He's like, well, it will wear off. I'm like, how long? He's like, around 4 hours at most. I'm like, 4 hours? We ain't even made it to 10 minutes. I was like, I gotta deal with this. Everything that I'm feeling for 4 hours. So, I'm trying to he's like, I'll take your mind off it. I'm trying to take my mind off it. We inside the house. He tried to put on a movie, but all I could think of, it felt like my body was floating. I'm just like, I was looking all around. I was feeling my heartbeat so fast. And I'm just looking at my boyfriend laying down, everything's all fine and dandy. Let me tell you something. I feel like I was high for 3 days straight. Okay, I don't know what was in that weed, but I was definitely high for 3 days straight. The driest cotton mouth I ever did see, because nobody warned me about the cotton mouth. And want to know something? My boyfriend decided to tell me a week later how the guy that he got the weed from, he told him yo, what was that weed? Because my girl started tripping out. And he's like, oh, that's some strong shit. I didn't know he was going to give it to your girl.
Yeah, you got top of the line.
For my first time.
You got some pink death.
Listen, guys, it was a horrible feeling, a horrible experience. And I was just like, oh my God.
What I would say is that you probably were not in a place where you could know your limit, and as a result, you went a bit too far. Mm-hmm. And I would just say that in the future, if you were to ever try it again, speak to an experienced professional first. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised how knowledgeable the people are in many of the stores across the province. And, you know, depending on if you're going through a downtime and you need something to uplift you, there are strains that cater to those needs. If you're going through a super uptime and you need to kind of relax and just calm down, there are strains that are geared for that. You know, on the medical side, there are medical doctors that are trained, you know, professionals that can guide you should there be some sort of clinical issue, because cannabis is not just about recreation and partying. Yeah. So I would say that there are hundreds and hundreds of stories of bad experiences that people have had, but there are millions and millions of stories of good and positive experiences. I don't encourage people to try alcohol. I don't encourage people to try cannabis. But what I would say is, if you're a cannabis person, you know, go see go see a professional. And if you are, and we just kind of leave it like that. Now, because you were so honest with your story, I think I have a surprise for you a little later. But before we get there, what I was wondering is, I'm old school, okay? And if I give you a beat,
oh Lord,
will you like drop a little freestyle on the mic? Just give me a few bars. I'll give you a dirty old school Brooklyn, South Bronx, Queens Bridge, you know, Boogie Down Productions, The Bridge Is Over type beat. And you just kind of, you know, just give me a few bars, because I know you're magical.
Big bang shit at Manifesto. Yo, I get stalling above all, betting on big bangs, springs, big bands, and I've been bad, Sinbad, but bossing with big bags, braggadocious bitch, I be billing, fuck your bitch ass, really, I been trying to make a killing like I'm Bundy, Brazy, Ballin', Brady, back shots, baby, I play my position, cut the back talks, baby, bad romance, gradually to break hearts, boldest bitch breathing, brave heart.
Can I get a credit? I did the ooh.
Listen, where you chat about?
I didn't want to ad lib.
No, man. You like Salt and Pepper, Big Pep, and the whole crew dancing, got the whole shit going on. Oh yeah. Now
that was hot.
That was definitely made the month of September. You brought the heat. It was getting cold. You warmed it back up. And like, you know, what I would like to do is, in order to thank you for donning up the place, you know, I took the liberty. I have like a chronic relief hat, because I know all good rappers, they need a toque. You know
We need a little toque.
Yeah, you know, you gotta toque it up, you know, and you put it on, you know, like, so I'm gonna give this to you, you know, maybe do a little slide on, yeah.
How I look it.
How cute. And it goes with the fit.
It goes with the fit.
It does go with
It's
the
giving
fit.
skater girl.
Now, and I got these 2 chronic relief all access green passes. This is something that most people don't get a chance to do in their lifetime. And this is you and someone special to you can contact my peoples and book yourself a tour of one of the few Black-owned, because you know I'm chocolate, one of the few Black-owned cannabis facilities in this country, and one of the few in the 6. So you can come out to the to the T dot. And I know you're a Scarborough lady, and we're not quite in Scarborough, but our roots are in Scarborough. So all my dogs from Birchmount, massive, big up yourselves. We love you, and we're doing big things, and we look forward to reconnecting in the future. So I'm gonna share these VIP passes for you.
Thank you so much.
It's been wonderful. And, you know, I have a business card. I know, I have a business card.
Business card?
Yeah, and I don't
we
know-
exchange your business cards?
So I don't know if you have a business card. but-
Listen, I keep them Tia bucks on me.
Oh, hello.
My mom said a girl should never leave without her money.
Thank you.
Leave home without their money. So here is a Tia buck.
What is it?
Here's a
Ooh,
Tia
thank
buck.
you.
Y'all want some Tia bucks?
Yeah.
Tia
You get
buck?
a Tia buck, and you get a Tia buck.
So listen. Word on the street is I heard that you know how to make it rain though.
Okay, now hold on. Now listen. I am very thankful. I gotta save this because this is very important. Hold on. Like, yo, this is very important. This is very important because it says big banks shit. Good. Yes, we got 100, and we got the
Words to live by.
QR code on the back that will probably give
I
me
love
the
this.
details. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. But
Quality.
I've got to prepare you for future greatness because, you know, there will come a time when you got racks and racks and racks. It's not just about making it rain, okay? It's not just about making it rain. But if you're going to make it rain, the key is you have a slight grip. And then, you see, you're going to lead with your pinky, but you're not going to touch with your pinky. You're going to kind of give it fourth finger up and, you understand what I'm saying? Up and away. And then, right. And then you're going to 1, 2, 3.
So pinky to thumb.
Yeah. Fat.
The motion, right?
Yeah.
That was smooth.
It's rated Tia bucks.
So you know what?
That was perfect.
On behalf of my team, myself, and all the people at Box Power, you know, Big Bad Brit, yes, Big Body Banks, man, it's been a pleasure getting a chance to talk to you, and I am so excited about your start. And I can't wait to check you at the quarter post. Can't wait to check you again at the middle. Great to meet you. Congratulations
Nice to meet you too.
and your early success.
Thank
I can't wait to see your future. All right.
Thank you so much.
Dap it up. Bam.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for being here. That's another episode of Box Power Sound. Shout out to the one and only, the wonderful, the great Steven Conville from KR Limited. And thank you again to Tia Banks, Big Bang Shit. We really appreciate having you here, and we look forward to whatever else you're going to do in the